Hey y'all, welcome back to Inside the Barrel. I'm Double J.
I'm Big H.
I'm Nathan.
Nate Dog.
Nate Dog. All right, first of all, we're going to remind you early, subscribe to our page. That way we can get more subscribers and continue to provide you this sort of content.
And tell a friend.
This is a fun episode today, though. So, our good friend, and apparently follower of the show, has been watching a lot of the show, Garrett, from The Last Call. Check out his channel. He does some great stuff. You learn a lot from his reviews. He called us out in this challenge that Buffalo Bourbon enthusiasts started a few months ago.
And to keep the ball rolling on hopefully everybody else kind of jumping in on the challenge itself, I'm going to be calling out a couple different channels. First one is Ty the Bourbon Guy. Next up we have Inside the Barrel Show, which is one of the new channels I started getting really into. Phenomenal crew over there, guys. And Jeff Whiskey, who's over the ocean, so I'd love to hear a Scotch take on this.
They call it the 7 Deadly Sins Challenge. What we're going to do, we're going to go through what our picks are for the 7 Deadly Sins of Bourbon. And then afterwards, we've got a challenge for some shows that we really look up to. If you know us well enough, we can't get through an episode without saying Bourbon Junkies. Dan, Sean, we haven't seen you do this episode yet, or we haven't seen you do this. You've done similar styles to this. But if you want to copy this format, and we'd love to see in your format what your 7 Deadly Sins bottles are. Also, Whiskey Bonded, you're another one. You put out so much content, so much good content. We'd be interested to see what you do in this scenario. And then finally, a guy that's coming out of nowhere, Pez. Pez Reviews. I love watching the Wheel of Whiskey. Love to see what your collection is. I know you got a big collection, so seeing how you're doing on this. So, Big H, you want to highlight what this episode's about?
Oh, yeah, I think you just did that pretty
I
well.
think pretty much did it.
Yeah.
I'm tired
Just-
of talking.
7 Deadly Sins of Bourbon.
Really like the guys who called out. If you're not familiar with this, haven't seen anybody else do these 7 Deadly Sins challenges so far, we're going to go through the 7 Deadly Sins: pride, greed, lust, gluttony, wrath, sloth, and envy. And we'll go through and talk about each of the categories, and we'll each are going to name a bottle from our own collections. We're actually at Big H Bar, so I'll pull my bottle off the shelf. Nate Dogg's brought a couple bottles with him. Double J, all his stuff still right now at the Stoplight Bar. So
Yes.
Traffic light pub.
Traffic light pub, whatever.
It's okay.
It's okay.
All right.
It's okay.
So,
Who's going to start?
sin number 1 is pride. I figured we'd do all pride, right?
Yep.
So, Big
What you're
H,
so
you're
proud of.
going to start. What is pride? What is the bottle you are most proud of?
The bottle I'm most proud of is this this bottle I got. My wife actually got this for me. Parker's Heritage. This is from their annual release. This is actually their 16th edition. So this is coming from it's Heaven Hill, I think, right?
Yeah.
It does this. So this is actually a blend of 13-year and 15-year bourbons. Very good blended. It actually drinks really well. Comes in a really high proof, 132 proof. But I really like to share this with friends that come over. That's really like my Double J hasn't had this one yet, but that's really one that I like. That's like my go-to bottle if I really want to impress someone. That's the bottle.
I got weighed today. I'm at 135, so I can actually have that one.
well, let's get through the episode.
I'm gonna set these off to the side as we go too. There's not gonna be enough for me.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
we're just gonna.
All right.
I'll probably pop in bottles. That
You going
we can
Nate Dogg?
out of
Pride?
that. So, my favorite bottle, although that one might have me beat. I really like that.
You guys want to drink my Pride bottle while we're standing here?
No, please.
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Double J will.
Yeah.
Okay, my bottle.
That's
Bam! There it is. William LaRue Weller. I actually got that pretty early in my bourbon collecting at a grocery store. I walked in. I'm even going to show you the price tag that I leave on the top. $99.99 for William LaRue Weller. Unlike Big H, mine is still sitting on my shelf unopened. I know that's a sin in itself. But William LaRue, every time I tell somebody I have it, they're ready for me to break it open. And if you want to come over to the doghouse, I'll open it for you if you're a good enough fan.
Doghouse.
Doghouse. I've seen the Doghouse.
All right. Pride. What are you most proud of?
I've got, actually it was our friends at Riverton.
Yep.
Kentucky Owl Batch 12. And you know I love Kentucky Owl.
Didn't know that.
I've got quite a collection. Of
When I'm throwing these pictures in, I'm probably going to show you
Yeah.
all of John's Kentucky Owl collection.
Yeah.
But
it's
the batch 12.
But
is
I've got a sim there as well. It's not open. I look at it and I'm like, great deal that I got on it. It is a little pricey. I think it's what, 2.5, 3, something like that.
Okay.
If you can find a bottle of it.
Yeah.
But it's a little
probably gotta
pricey.
get some of that.
Oh, sorry. Bar's closed. You missed last call.
You'll have to go to the doghouse to get it.
Speaking of the next sin, greed, because he doesn't want to share with me. Greed is your most expensive bottle that you have on the shelf.
Okay, we going back to me?
We'll go back to you. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
might as well keep it
Again,
going.
looking, what is most expensive?
Most expensive bottle I spent $169 on this bottle. I haven't gone over $200 yet. $169 on that. Elijah Craig 18. Won it in a bourbon lottery.
Nice.
Not a bad price to spend for that. Probably one of my
been shared.
Probably one of my oldest. Yeah, it's the thing. Won that bottle, threw it in the car, got home. Probably within 15 minutes of being home, it was open and we were drinking. So,
wow.
Yeah, I don't like to leave them on the shelf with labels on them, or wrappers on them. So.
Let's go to you, Double J.
Oh, what are we on? Greed?
Most expensive bottle.
Well, trip to Kentucky, I picked up. I was able to get a Woodford Reserve double oak, which is very hard to find,
And it's only available in the 3.75.
375. So it's not a full 750, but it's 375.
May have paid a little bit more than
No, I'm
MSRP,
sure I paid
but-
a little bit more. And I think that's north of, we'll say north of 300 what I paid for that bottle.
Wow.
And if you keep in mind between the ounces of what I received and the dollar I spent, but it is one that I keep under lock and key, so nobody can get in there and have some of that double oak.
That's great.
So,
That's great.
so that's mine. What's yours, Nate Dogg?
Mine.
Tell us, yes.
Future episode coming up soon. Hopefully we're on location when we do it, but it is High West, the Prisoner Share.
Oh, yeah.
Our special friend has a really cool wine cellar, and he spends a lot of time at the High West Distillery. So actually, I ordered this online on the High West website. You'll see the episode here maybe in a month or so, I guess. But they only ship to certain states, none in which I live in. So I paid $175 for the bottle, $25 for shipping. Had it shipped to my friend in Kentucky, who drove it to Illinois for me. So I figure I'm at.
You're probably north of 275. at least.
North of 275 in on the bottle. We're really excited to try it. You can see it's still sealed, but we will open this one for a future episode.
Does Mrs. Nate Dogg know that you're north of 275?
Yeah.
I just want to point out, is this going to be a theme we're going to see from Nate Dogg? How many unopened bottles are going to be in his 7 Deadly Sins?
We'll see.
That 8th Deadly Sin should be the unopened bottle.
Well,
Yeah.
my two right there are both.
All right, we're
Unopened?
going.
They're both unopened.
Okay, so I'm 2 for 2 right
You
now.
are.
Yeah.
I guess
So
we're going to
some
include
lust.
that from going on.
Yeah.
Lust. What is your... now, Garrett called it your sexiness bottle, but
Yeah.
I think it's sexy.
Sexy,
This bottle,
sexy,
I think it's
but this is
sexy,
the
yes.
bottle that looks the best on the shelf. It really looks that good. I mean, it's something that's like, you're like, wow, that's a really cool looking bottle. You know, the funny thing, whenever you bring bottles, because you brought a lot of different bottles to Big H Bar, a lot of different shapes, a lot of different cool stuff, and I'm always like, well, that's a really cool bottle. When I took this challenge, this part of it, I'm like, all my bottles are just bodily shaped. I mean, they're really kind
They
of
are,
boring.
yeah.
I mean, outside of like maybe like a Bib and Tucker, I really don't have anything that's really unique.
Which I brought
So-
to him. Second episode.
So, you know, I was at a toss. I mean, we did the Statue of Liberty decanter, but that's not necessarily a bottle. That's a decanter, so I didn't want to go. So this is kind of a weird one, but I'm going to go with one we recently reviewed. I'm actually going Spirit Walker 2 from Evernorth. And
Spirit Walker
You might
2.
be like, look how boring that bottle is, but I love what these guys do with the logo. And that, I mean, it's the art that they're creating to put in the logo. That's what? Huh?
No, it's good.
Yeah.
What's that?
Keep going.
So is that the same bottle that you picked? Or
Same bottle, double
Same
J.
bottle. So and the other thing is,
not.
I know why Double J likes this bottle too, because it's got that same styling as a Kentucky Owl bottle too. So it's nice and tall and
This
skinny,
is
but
Spirit Walker.
Spirit Walker. But I just the other thing is, I like cats. The little cat thing. So they kind of got this 3-eyed cat in the front too. So anyway, sorry, that was a really long, but that's
So
the best I can come up with for my sexy in this bottle.
Big H kept kind of his bottles a secret for this episode to surprise us, and that was a surprise because Double J and I worked together a little bit.
Yeah.
And what was your bottle?
Mine was actually out of Evernorth as well, called Night Stalker. So we're gonna have that bottle right here. It's a very cool label.
The labels are awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
their label is outstanding.
The labels are awesome.
Yep, it's more of a menagerie of a owl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen
that's
that.
only so. Nate Dogg will have it in here for you, but that's out of Evernorth. They just do a great job with their
Sexy
it's a bottle.
sexiness,
It's a bottle. It's all in the label.
Now, I'm the bottle guy.
Oh, he is.
Every time
He
you
is,
do good
folks.
bottle, not great juice, blah, blah, blah. I might put a picture of my collection here. If it's got a topper on the top of it, I'm buying it.
Yep.
He's also got this little thing that he bought off Amazon where you can put the bottle on and it spins around.
Yeah,
You can
so
do
you can
that.
see how cool the bottle is. You're probably seeing that over here right now. But maybe more of a novelty type guy because Double J and I picked this up when we were in Indiana at one point. It's Gold Bar Whiskey. And this is open because we opened it in the parking lot.
Yeah.
The top,
Look at the top.
That's
top
probably,
comes off
screw on.
and then it
That's
screws on.
probably the one you don't want to open.
Hey,
Right.
And
Right.
tell them where we tried it at.
Yeah, I don't remember in a parking
Hampton Inn parking lot.
lot. Hampton Inn parking lot. Yeah.
So follow us,
But-
Hilton.
Yeah.
Follow us.
Yeah, Hilton follow. But I love sitting this one on my bar just because obviously it brings a lot of attention and it just looks cool.
And it's not
But
expensive.
by definition, we're gonna hide this one back down here, put that back in my safe. By definition, the sexiest bottle that I have, my dad actually picked up for me in
Oh, yeah.
Colorado, and it's
Oh.
American Woman.
Oh, I thought
Yes.
that was Mrs. Butterworth syrup.
It looked like
wonder why he brought
American.
this.
Looks like American Woman. She is a very nice looking lady. I have not opened this one yet
Wow.
either.
3 for 3.
But
I
it
don't-
looks.
that don't count.
It is the sexiest bottle I have on my shelf. Again, maybe more of the novelty guy here. I like the bottles. I could go on and on and on about cool bottles that I have, but that's where I ended on that.
Okay.
All right.
Gluttony.
Gluttony. What is gluttony?
Keep it going.
Oh, you want me to start in this
Yeah,
one?
might as well.
I don't know that I need to go pull them all off the bar, but I could probably hunt a couple down. There's probably a couple in storage. Weller Special Reserve. I don't know why, but I felt like there was a time in my collecting probably 2-3 years ago where it's like whenever I saw a bottle on the shelf, it's like I just picked
you
one
had
up.
like 6 bottles.
And then I
those.
come home and it's like, why do I have 6 bottles of this? Because the thing is, whenever I'm drinking and I go to Weller on the shelf, I'm not going to drink Special Reserve. I'm going to drink, I got Weller 12 over here. I got a couple bottles of Weller Full Proof. I'm going to drink something that's a little bit more Wellerish,
Right.
and I'm not going to go to that Special Reserve. I'm also not going to mix it in an Old Fashioned or anything like that. So it just sits there and collects dust. So
You
what
know
I started
you
doing,
know what people call that?
hoarding.
Tater.
Oh, tater, yeah. No, but what I started actually doing is it's like when I go to a party or I go to a dinner party, I'm taking something, I just grab a bottle of Weller and take it over as a gift to the party. So it's, there's no reason I need 6 bottles. So share them, get them out, and get them ready.
I call Big
I'm
H.
down to 2,
I
maybe.
call Big H that because he really tries not to be a tater. But early on,
It was like, I saw one on the shelf, like, oh, grab one,
on
grab
Green
one.
Label Weller is tater.
Grab
That's
one.
the definition.
But at the same time, I always take this
You're
stance.
sharing.
I don't need more than 1 bottle of it,
Agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Okay. Double J, what about you?
I'm going to have to go with Yellowstone. We probably have. You got standard Yellowstone 93 in here?
no.
Nope, you do not.
It's all at your house.
Yeah.
All,
Yeah.
All the, and
And I've got- I've got all
bottles up there.
all the Landmark edition. I've got those as well. I've got Toasted. I've got all the selects.
Single barrel.
But Yellowstone's probably mine. And they are open now. Landmark, that edition. There's 6 bottles of that in the Landmark edition. Do not have any of those open.
Popping all these.
We'll
yellows.
pop them all up. But,
All right.
Go ahead.
All right, for me, actually, it's Widow Jane Decadence. Like, I never want to run out of that because I love when people come over. I want to have an extra of that, so I think I have 3 bottles of Widow Jane Decadence, and I'm cheating a little bit now. But the other one is RD1 Bourbon. Again, the reason I don't want to run out of these things, they offer such different profiles for various different people in bourbon, whether you're new to it, whether you're an expert, whatever you think. So I have a few bottles of RD1 Amburana and a few bottles of Widow Jane Decadence.
That's a good call.
Nice.
I'm a big Decadence guy too, and we had people over not so long ago and had about half a bottle of Decadence, and we killed it. And I didn't feel bad because I did have another one in reserve, you know.
Yeah.
But not that other one, I might not have been willing
Right.
to share it all the way to the point that we did a bottle kill that night.
I mean, those are definitely show favorites for us. So,
Yeah.
all right, the next one is Wrath, one that you won't buy again.
Oh, I have to go back and look at my list here. I forgot what this was. Oh, this is an easy one. Again.
Oh my lord.
Tater,
Oh!
tater days. You know, don't get sold on it. It's got a horse on it. It comes in rated 97. It's really good. So if you don't know,
the episode links above his head.
Chestnut Farms. It's a Total Wine pick, like just private label for him. Probably comes from I'm not
Barton 1792.
Barton 1792. So yeah, it does
And I'll
say
like some Barton. That's good.
And we
Bottled
like
by
this
Clear
too. It was
Spring,
just
bottled-
the
bottled-
price wasn't.
yeah, it's distilled in Kentucky. So yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, it's $55 bottle. It's
Yep.
just anyway.
Yeah, very good.
I'll never need to buy another one unless I get gluttony on this one, and I don't think I'll ever get gluttony in this one because I probably won't ever drink that. So
Yeah.
here you go.
You know what? I'm gonna pivot. I know what I said earlier, but it's I'm gonna pivot. It's called Blackstone, and I fell into the Total Wine, and it said their pick, whatever pick.
We're gonna have a picture of the
Yeah,
bottle.
you'll have a picture of the bottle, yellow label, black lettering, and I fell into it. I bought 2 bottles of it, and
Not
I'll be
good.
damned, I cannot get through that second bottle. I cannot get through it. And I'll never buy it again. It was inexpensive. It's like $30. But I fell into store pick, great, this, that, and the other. Not good.
Not good.
Not good at all. But I'll have that picture, or you'll have that picture.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting. Wow, you've never told me that before.
Yeah.
Mine, one that I won't buy again. I got really excited for this bottle. And actually, I tried to make an episode out of it, and we had to switch some stuff around. But Dickel whiskey, not bourbon. Tim Burlett called me out on that. 15-year. So,
Wow. Like the short bottle.
yeah, the short bottle.
I like that.
You do?
There's a really weird note on the taste though, and I don't know how to describe it, but it's something that I actually like it. It's unique.
It's not Flintstone vitamins.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
it's
the one
the
we did.
Flintstone
Yeah, it's
one.
the one.
And I tried to do Flintstone vitamins for the bourbon, and people tell me that they don't have it in the bourbon, but the whiskey is known for that Flintstone vitamin, and
So-
I don't like it. Big H likes it.
Well,
I don't
just
like it.
some
But
I didn't like it.
Big H statement, lower price. I think it's only a $60 or $70 bottle
Yeah,
for a
for a
15-year age statement. It's whiskey, so it might be finished in used barrels or something because it's not bourbon. I'm not
Use
sure.
vitamin barrels.
Whatever
Bring
it
the
is.
vitamins in. I don't know.
Use vitamin barrels. But that's the one I'm never gonna buy again.
Okay.
All right, sin number 6 is sloth. So that would be slow at buying. Something if you had a want list for a long time, and it just every time you're at the store you see it, but you pass it up and you buy
Yeah,
something else.
so this one for me, I can't actually show you this bottle because I don't own it,
Right.
right? And it's not necessarily the bottle; it's the entire lineup of bottles. I probably have 150 or more bottles here. I've probably done 40 to 50 bottle kills since I've started doing this. You've never owned a bottle of Old Forester. I don't care if it's regular Old Forester. I don't care if it's Statesman. I don't care if it's 1920, 1870, 1890, 1902. I don't even understand all the 1910. There's so many different ones, and I look at them, and there's like 12 of them in a row, and I'm like, well, gosh, I feel like if I get this one, I got to get them all and go home and just do a blind tasting.
I went eating, meeny, miny, mo, and I picked
So
up.
I feel like I got to buy all 10 or 12 just to have the whole collection, and and not only that, but if you budget bourbon barrel buy, I can never
Yep.
say that right. It's
Yep.
a tongue twister.
Yeah.
Watch 2. Apparently, you see it all over me every time I have Old Forester in the blind. It's just I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
So probably good that I'm a little slow on that one. I did buy Goose. I bought Goose for his birthday, a single barrel, the Old Forester single barrel. It's a blue label. Was a store pick.
You
so
guys haven't tried it yet?
we haven't opened it yet. I'm opening someday when we pop that open. I'm actually might be like, oh, okay, maybe I do like it, or maybe I just find out that just there's something about Old Forester for me all the way along.
As long as this episode keeps going good, we do have on the docket. We're gonna do the Old Forester Whiskey Row series, where we're gonna line up the 1910, the 1920, and the 1897 all next to each other, and we'll share notes on that. So you'll have a chance to try it, but. At this point, he's passing it.
I'll call in sick on that day. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh boy.
But yeah, nothing against Old Forester, just not my taste, and it's probably good. I've just been slow on buying it too. So
Okay. Double J.
I'm gonna pivot. My slow on buying, not my pick. What I said.
Okay.
Slow on different what Haley was or Big H was saying on why his. Mine is, and I see it all the time, and I think it's probably more price myself, but it's chicken cock, double oak.
And you talk about it all the time.
I
You
do.
just hit jab up for it a couple
I
times.
know,
Jeb's
it's,
had it on discount waiting for you, and you just can't pull the trigger.
I just got to pull the trigger on it and buy it. I'm afraid to buy it because I'm afraid I won't open it. But and I need to open it because I'll open it. I just got to buy it. I'm slow on buying that. It's been on my list for 3 years and I have not bought it yet. That's where I'm at.
So I'm 3 years into this bourbon journey now, probably.
Yeah.
I started a list after doing research and talking to people. Still on that list from 3 years ago is Redwood Empire's Lost Monarch. It's made out of Willet. It's a fairly cheap bottle, inexpensive, $30 or $40 bottle. People say it's good. People say it's a good value bottle. Every time I'm at the store, it's that bottle that I just reach right past and grab something else. So,
okay.
Here we go. Bringing in the last one. Sin number 7. Envy. Something I'd love to own.
Oh, this is me to start, right?
Yeah.
I look back on my notes here. Willet Family Estate, single barrel. So this is the Willet Purple Top.
Okay.
Yeah. Usually pretty high.
I thought you had one.
I do not have one.
Oh, you tried one at our special.
I've tried a couple at a friend's house. Super good. Again, they're in the neighborhood of 130, 135 proof. But they drink way below that. They're just not.
Oh wow.
So really,
I didn't know that was the top of your list.
That's probably the one. And that the hard part is to find that anywhere close to MSRP.
Yeah.
Right. Secondary is $1,000 in that neighborhood. So don't want that to be the number 2, my greed bottle there. So, wow. But we'll see. Yeah.
Okay.
Going to me.
Yeah, going to you. Envy.
All right.
Something you love to own.
I love to own an Eagle Rare 18.
Why?
Taste.
Because you're an eagle.
I'm an eagle. You know what eagles? Never mind. We're not going to Eagle Rare. We're not going through it. We're not going
Eagle
through
Rare 18, part of the Buffalo Trace Antique
absolutely.
Collection.
I really like that. I haven't even seen one before. In a cabinet outside of Louisville, I did see it in a cabinet. But
probably $1,000.
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
$100 or something.
Plus 1,000. But
okay.
Anyways, that's on my list.
I know what I'm going to search for both of you guys now for Christmas.
Oh, great. Oh.
But you guys is a lot more expensive than mine. I was initially going to say birthday bourbon. We've tried that at our friend's house, and it's good. And I'm a bottle guy, so it's a cool bottle. But again, that bottle that I've wanted for such a long time, 1792 Sweet Wheat, or I've even settled for the 12 year. I love all of the 1792 expressions. You would think Sweet Wheat I would find at some point, but I mean the search is on. So
yeah, but about $50 bottles.
Yeah,
nothing crazy.
$50 if you can find them.
And that Eagle Rare 18, that bottle looks great.
Yeah, it
that
does.
top. Yeah, that top looks awesome.
Yeah.
So you'd buy it if you found it.
Yeah.
But make sure you buy me one too.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So
okay. Well, so back at it again, Garrett. The last call. Go check out his video and what he said. Thank you for challenging us. Again, Bourbon Junkies, Dan, Sean, if you want to do this, we want to see it. We know you've done similar things like this before, but this is kind of a cool one. Buffalo Bourbon Enthusiasts came up with it, and they do a great job over there. Also, Pez Reviews and Whiskey Bonded. We'd love to see what you got on this too. But in the meantime, subscribe to the show.
It was a lot of fun. Thanks for the challenge.
Yes.
Thanks for watching.
It was
those of you that made it all the way through. Leave some of yours in the comments if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love to hear what you have to say.
Yep. Okay.
Toodaloo.